Welcome. On behalf of William Patterson University's Center for Diversity and Inclusion, the Women's Center, and the Lavender Graduation Planning Committee, and our students, we want to thank everyone for joining us today for this remote Lavender Graduation honoring the class of 2021. My name is Yolani Ganell, and I serve as the Director for Student Diversity and Inclusion. My pronouns are she, her, and queen. Lavender Graduation is a special ceremony for LGBTQIA+ and ally undergraduate and graduate students to acknowledge their achievements, contributions, and unique experiences at William Patterson University. As we get ready to begin our program, we would first like to thank all the faculty, staff, students, and guest speakers who have prepared remarks for us today. As a community, William Patterson University of New Jersey acknowledges the collective contributions of all students, faculty, and staff towards a safer and affirming campus for members of our LGBTQIA+ community. In our efforts to extend our values in creating a safe and supportive environment for LGBTQIA+ students, William Patterson University acknowledges the privacy of Lavender graduates that have self-identified, and we thank all of the graduating students that have participated this year. This is your moment. You've made it. As you get ready to don your cap and gowns, take a moment to reflect back on your experience here at William Patterson. You have pivoted and worked incredibly hard to balance your academics, work, and home life during the COVID-19 pandemic. Your resiliency does not go unnoticed. Adelante, upward and onward. We are very proud of you. At this time, I would like to introduce President Helldobler. As many of you know from personal interactions with him, President Helldobler has a particularly strong understanding of our students. Not only is he a graduate of a public university, but like many of them, President Helldobler is a first-generation college student of immigrant parents. This personal experience informs his commitment to serving students for whom education is a means of social mobility and economic progress. He is challenging us to rethink systems that create barriers for underrepresented populations in higher education, while also encouraging us all to celebrate our true identities every day, as well as on special occasions such as this. Please join me in welcoming President Helldobler.
Hello, graduates, and congratulations on your wonderful achievement. You now join the approximately 1/3 of Americans who hold a 4-year college degree. Unfortunately, that percentage is even lower in the LGBTQIA+ community, where marginalization too often keeps members from getting to college or fails to create a welcoming environment for those who do. The good news is that by sticking with your education and overcoming the many challenges along the way to earning your degree, you are helping to change that and making the path a little smoother for others to follow. We know that a college education is the great equalizer. That's true for individuals and their families in terms of economic opportunity. It's especially true in marginalized communities as they fight for equality. Now, I recognize that outness is a personal choice, and I fully embrace that freedom for everyone to choose for yourselves where on the continuum you want to be at any given time with different people in different settings. However, it is my strong hope that as you move into the world as an educated member of society, you will ponder the need to and decide how you will advocate for those who follow in your path. Much in the same way that those who stood up for themselves and their community at Stonewall more than 50 years ago paved the way for so many of us. This past June, the Supreme Court ruled that the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which outlaws workplace discrimination on the basis of sex, should be read to cover sexual orientation as well. So Justice Donald Zarda, Gerald Bostock, and Amy Stevens took a stand to make the workplace more equal for us. We, too, must decide how we will make this a better place for those who follow us. It is my fervent belief that pride can't be something that we celebrate only at certain times of the year. And let's all hope that some of Pride will be celebrated in person this year. But it is something that we must carry within ourselves and project out into our communities. Whether they be affirming communities, ones that are still struggling to understand, or those communities that are not yet even attempting to understand. Recently, I was elected by my peers to serve as co-chair of the LGBTQ Presidents in Higher Education organization. While I am indeed proud of this achievement, I mention it here because everyone who came before me in living their authentic lives and everyone who mentored me has a stake in this milestone. One of my out-mentors is Chuck Middleton, the first openly gay university president in the country who founded the organization. Our individual pride is so much more powerful when it is connected to our pride as a community, both looking back and charging forward. So every day, wherever you go, you must live your life with pride. There is a song by Heather Small called Proud. A portion of the lyrics are, "Still so many answers I don't know. Realize that to question is how we grow. So I step out of the ordinary and I can feel my soul ascending. I am on my way, can't stop me now, and you can do the same. What have you done today to make you feel proud?" So I hope at the end of every day you ask yourselves, what have I done today to make me feel proud? And I hope that that answer gives you joy and brings meaning to your life. William Patterson has given you, and you have worked hard for and earned, all the tools you need to be successful in a diverse, affirming, and supporting community. What will you do with that special gift? What will you do to make yourself feel proud? And on those hard days, which will surely come, though I hope they are few, remember that everyone here at William Patterson is always proud of you. I am proud of you. And I know the world will be a better place for all of us in the LGBTQIA plus community and beyond with you in it, doing great things and feeling proud. Thank you. And again, congratulations to members of my community, our LGBTQIA plus graduates. Please know that as one of the 98 openly gay presidents in the country, I am extra proud of you.
Hi, my name is Carl Contino, he, him, and I am the president of the Pride Alliance here at William Patterson. Our mission for this college can be broken down into three main parts: to act as a bridge for LGBT students and allies to interact and learn from one another, to provide a platform, representation, and a voice to the LGBT cause on campus, and to provide students with a safe space to feel comfortable among their peers. On behalf of the Pride Alliance, I'd like to congratulate the class of 2021 and offer them a little something on what it means to feel pride. Pride is the sense of satisfaction you get at your achievements and other attributes. Pride is not only being proud of what your accomplishments are, it's being proud of what you are, and you are now a William Patterson graduate. And not just any graduate, a graduate of unprecedented circumstances. Whether it be a global pandemic, a divided nation in the midst of a particularly nasty election, or an economy in shambles, you powered through. Tedious Zoom classes, isolation from friends and loved ones, those pesky masks, and a whole new way of learning didn't stop you. You set out to accomplish something, and you persevered. You worked hard, you were determined, and you achieved what you set out to do. You earned your degree. And remember what I said about pride? You should feel it right now. You set a goal, and despite everything the world threw at you, you made it. Feel proud of yourself, because we're all proud of you. Feel pride. Thank you.
Welcome to the Lavender Graduation 2021. My name is Librada Sanchez. I am the director of the Women's Center. For many years, the Women's Center has offered support to the LGBTQIA+ community through education, programming, training, resources, and advocacy. This is part of our commitment to promote a safe, welcoming, and inclusive environment for all. It is with great excitement that I join this program today to celebrate you as you graduate from William Patterson University. Yes, it has not been easy. The circumstances this past year have been truly extraordinary. However, that did not stop you from accomplishing your goals, and we are so proud of you for that. The qualities that you have demonstrated throughout these challenging times will serve you well in the future. So, on behalf of the staff of the Women's Center, congratulations and best wishes for success in all your future endeavors.
Hello, everyone. My name is TJ Gundling, and I'm a professor of anthropology in the Department of Community and Social Justice Studies at William Patterson. Let me begin by congratulating all of you on what is a truly remarkable accomplishment. You have earned your bachelor's degree under extraordinary circumstances, no doubt far beyond what you anticipated when you first arrived on campus, and unlike the experience of the many graduating classes that preceded you. Not only were you able to complete your academic studies, but you also did so in the midst of a global pandemic. You stayed active and engaged through endless Zoom classes. You wore your face covering and you practiced physical distancing. At the same time, you also witnessed important social change emerging from the Black Lives Matter movement as the pandemic laid bare the racial inequities that run deep in our nation. The Me Too movement showed all of us that there is still much work to be done to end sexual harassment and abuse. The well-known expression that says, "May you live in interesting times," certainly applies here. Several years ago, at another William Patterson commencement, U.S. Senator Cory Booker gave the keynote address, and he said, "If you get knocked down 7 times, stand up 8 times." And here you are, standing at the threshold of a significant rite of passage as you prepare for the next phase of your life. You have demonstrated your resilience, your flexibility, and your determination in earning your degree despite the obstacles thrown in your path. These are qualities that will serve you well in the future. You are part of a truly remarkable group of people, soon to become William Patterson alumni. If the pandemic and the palpable social unrest weren't enough of a challenge, you also had to navigate your own deeply personal journey of self-discovery. Although I was born and raised in a different time, I nonetheless know your struggle. Although I must admit, I still can't speak Gen Z. I know what it feels like to have your very existence questioned. You were brave enough to name your difference out loud and had the courage to live your authentic lives even with the knowledge that you exist within a society that is not always welcoming. We anthropologists spend a great deal of time thinking about human difference. From the biological to the cultural to the linguistic, trying to understand the lives of people from the deep past and those who are spread across the globe at this very moment. We recognize that some differences confer privilege, centering you in society, while other differences situate you on the margins. Ruth Benedict famously stated that the very purpose of anthropology was to make the world safe for human differences. Yet we know that the world is oftentimes not safe for people who express certain differences, including being out and proud members of the LGBTQ+ community. For example, according to the Human Rights Campaign, more than 40 trans people were murdered in the United States in 2020, mostly trans women of color, and those are just the ones that were actually reported. But there is also reason for optimism. In 2015, marriage equality became the law of the land, In 2020, the Supreme Court decided in favor of 3 plaintiffs who claimed they were wrongfully terminated from their jobs for being gay or trans. At this very moment, the Equality Act, which would expand the Civil Rights Act of 1964 to explicitly include sexual orientation and gender identity and expression as protected classes. It has been passed by the House and is now in the Senate. If approved, President Biden has indicated he will sign the bill into law. Legislative remedies are important, but these don't change hearts and minds. That can only come from the community itself and their allies. The story of queer people in the United States and beyond has too often been told by individuals who did not share this experience, and consequently produced inaccurate and often deeply biased accounts. Even anthropologists of the late 19th and early 20th centuries wrote in highly stigmatizing and pathologizing terms about non-binary indigenous people on whose land we now occupy. Naturally, the people being written about did not share a Western heteronormative perspective on diversity and sexuality and gender. If there's one thing that has characterized the last 50 years or so, it is that queer people have slowly yet inexorably begun to speak with their own voice. These voices can be heard from city streets and homes in the countryside, in creative performance, and across social media. And they permeate the halls of academia. 3 years ago, right here at William Patterson University, I proposed an introductory course in transgender studies, then and still a rarity in undergraduate programs. I anticipated pushback from some of my colleagues serving on curriculum committees, from members of the university administration, perhaps even from a few students. None of my concerns materialized, which is testament to the WPU community and to the university walking the talk when it comes to creating an inclusive campus. In fact, this new course was highlighted in the most recent alumni magazine. We have come a long way, but much work remains. I encourage each of you to learn about who came before you and be grateful to those ancestors who made your life a little easier. These were the role models, the ones who showed you what was possible. Understand that younger people coming of age and babies being born right now will look to you as role models. Show them that a person can lead an authentic life and be part of a loving family, be successful in their career, and enjoy a gratifying social life. Remain mindful that no matter where the exigencies of life may take you, you never know who might be watching. In concluding, I reiterate my congratulations on your accomplishment, and I wish you all a happy and healthy future as lifetime learners.
Congratulations, class of 2021. You did it. I am so proud of each and every one of you. My name is Matthew Diaz, and I am from the class of 2019. Graduating from this institution was one of the highlights of my life. And the reason why is because I met amazing people who became family. I met people who made me feel safe to be me. I might have gone through a plethora of different letters under the LGBTQ community, but it was something that I was able to do because of the people here. I was able to achieve my academic goals, to find myself in my own leadership, and to figure out what career I wanted to go into, all because of the people who never gave up on me. And the thing is that it wasn't just the people, it was also myself. I chose not to give up on myself. And that's what you all did, because there have definitely been lots of tribulations you went through. Maybe it was trying to figure out who you are. Maybe it was a class that wasn't easy. Or maybe it's this pandemic that really pushed you to your extreme limits. But through it all, you found a way to push forward. You didn't give up on yourself. And I'm so proud of each and every one of you. This is no easy task, but you did it. You're graduating, and that's something to celebrate.